Hey guys, it's Addison. Welcome back to my channel. Who's excited for January? I know I sure am. Call me a party pooper, but I'm ready for a little bit of routine and schedule and dark days and going to bed early and hopefully sneaking in some cross-country skiing. But I am ready for consistency and normalcy. That is all I'm craving right now. I love the holidays, but I I really went all out this year and I'm ready to get back to normal. So today I'm going to be setting my goals for January financially, and I am going to be walking you through my January budget. So if that sounds like something that interests you, please stick around. So if you watched my last video, you'll know I am working out of this Savor and Savvy mini finance binder, which I'll link to down below. It's a free printable on the Savor and Savvy website. It's awesome. There's pretty much everything you would need to budget for an entire year in there. You may have to print out, obviously, pages more than once for each month, but this thing is really cute and it's really functional, and I'm looking forward to working in it. So the first thing that I'm going to do for the month of January is set my monthly finance goals. So we'll write January right here. And I love that goal setting is a priority in this binder because that's how I am motivated. I'm motivated when I see a goal and then I have action steps to crush it along the way. So my goals for this month are to, number one, pay off any interest incurring debt that I have, which I believe is less than $100, but I want that gone. I do not want anything credit card wise that has more than a 0% APR because it just costs you money. It gets you in trouble. At least me personally, I'm done with that life. So I'm going to pay off debt incurring credit card, which I had this paid all the way off, but then something kind of came up that I wanted to order off of Amazon and I didn't really budget for it. So that's where I'm at with that, but that's getting taken care of this month. First thing, that is my number one priority. My second priority is going to be get my catastrophe fund to 1K. It's my first little milestone, but I have about, I don't know, $400 to go to get it there. So that's going to be a priority for me instead of, stuffing some of my more fun sinking funds because let's face it, there's not a lot of fun stuff to do when it's snowy, rainy, nasty. It's like I'd rather just stay inside and read a book and chill with my dogs. So I'm going to work on, chipping away at debt and getting my catastrophe fund up. And then that's another thing. I'm going to make sure that I earmark $500 for my Roth IRA. So basically, $500 a month gets you to the $600 or $6,000 at the end of the year goal. And it will also put me ahead a little bit because I already have $175 a month coming out of there. And I already kind of started setting some stuff aside, but that's my goal, is to have $500 set aside for that. So now I need to do some action steps. Number one, which I talked about in my last video, is I am starting to meal plan the month, and that will just be like a big list of 20 meals, 20 dinners that we like to eat in my household. And then I'm going to start meal planning the week and picking up the groceries that I need once a week. Now, I'm not a great couponer by any stretch of the imagination, but planning gives me the opportunity to kind of try and coupon and kind of try and shop around. It also saves me gas. It saves me time. I need to cut out these little runs to the grocery store that I do nonstop. That is like one thing that I really need to focus on in 2022. So I'm going to try to build this habit in, and I feel like this will help me save more money. And then when I have leftover money, it can go towards any of these things. Another action step that's actually really simple is as soon as I get my Amazon paycheck, I'm putting it directly towards that debt incurring credit card. So AZ paycheck towards pay off credit card. So that'll be gone. That'll be easy. That will be done by the 4th of the month. That will be pretty thrilling. The next thing I want to do is to finish and publish my current work in progress, which will leave me some more time to work on some projects that will get cash in my pocket faster. But I have this one book up for a pre-order. It needs to get done. I won't see the money for that for another 60 days, but having that done kind of clears my plate so that I have time to do more get this cash in hand right now projects, and also sets the stage for future earnings, which is exciting for me. My writing the last month and a half has been very slow going, obviously with the holidays and just being pulled in a million directions. It's hard for me to sit down and find my muse. So I'm definitely going to be working on doing the deep work, which I don't know if you guys have read that book. It's by Cal Newport, and the basic gist is making sure that you dedicate time to doing the work that actually yields the results, the work that's like ugly and not exactly fun, and you have to go into like a really deep state of concentration to do it. And so I'm making sure that I schedule deep work blocks for my writing 3 times a week, instead of letting my writing kind of bleed into the day and saying, okay, I'll get to it later, I'll do 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there. I'm building in these blocks because I know that this is going to, number one, free up so much time during my day so that I can do, like I said, things that get cash in my pocket immediately, or I can I guess relax, and it will help me improve as a writer. It'll help me make more money on my books. So that's what I want. That's the goal at the end of the day, is to increase my income, pay off my debt, and increase my savings in my retirement. So I'm really going to take what I learned from that book and put it towards doing that stuff 3 times a week. Next, I want to make sure that I list at least 62 eBay items, which that will help boost my immediate income. And then I also want to set up my new side hustle planner, which I'll show you in a couple days here. It was actually a surprise that my fiance got me for Christmas. I'm really looking forward to playing in it. He bought me this planner. I would have never bought it for myself, but it is perfect for managing multiple projects, and I can't wait to show it to you. So we're going to set up side hustle planner and stick to the schedule. Yeah, basically in my mind right now, I know that I am going to be very good at allocating my money towards my goals. So I just need to get more money. That's the main thing. I really just want to get more money this year. So these are my steps towards doing such things. All right. So next, I want to flip over to, I want to do this page first. So this is the yearly income tracker. Now, as you guys know, I have inconsistent income. Right now, I am not taking a paycheck from the restaurant because all of that is going towards getting us back on track. With inflation, the rise in the cost of goods, I am definitely paying my employees a lot more than I was in the past, which has been a long time coming, obviously, but restaurant culture has dramatically shifted, and I'm so thankful as someone who's been in that business for 20 years, like seeing these kids that I care about being able to get more for themselves and live a better quality of life. That's making me happy. But as of right now, I am not taking an income from there. I waitress a couple nights a week or bartend a couple nights a week, and I get tips, and I don't know how much I'm going to get because you don't know how many people are going to come in. You don't know what kind of tippers are going to come in. You give the best kind of service that you possibly can, and it is what it is. But this is the year of 2022. But as you've seen in my cash stuffing videos, I do that money once a week. So I'll have a paycheck on 1-3, and we'll call that tips. Then I'll have my Amazon paycheck of royalties, and I'll also get my Audible on 1-4. And those will be from the month of October, which was kind of a light month, but it normally is. But that is like my big paycheck of the month that'll go towards covering my bills for the rest of the month. Then I will have on the 10th, which is a Monday, I will have tips again. On the 14th is when it will be a month since I got my eBay store back up and running. So that's when I'm going to do all my cash for the month. I'm going to do that on a month-to-month basis, and I want to do it mid-month because I get that big paycheck at the beginning of the month, and then that should be a nice, booster mid-month. Then on the 17th, I'll have tips again. On the 24th, there's a lot of Mondays. I like Mondays, so I'm happy with the amount of Mondays in January. I know some people don't feel the same way, but let's see, and the 31st, 1/31, we'll also have tips on that day. So each week I'm going to make sure to be very diligent about writing those amounts down and keeping track of that this year. So, all right, now that that's filled out, the last and final sheet is the expense tracker. And how I'm going to do that this year in terms of my budget is, this will be for the month of January. I'm going to write them in order of the date that I need to pay these bills or these expenses, what envelope they're coming out of, and then obviously the date and the amount. And then when I go to unstuff my envelopes, which I do about every 3 times that I stuff them, I will pull out what I need to pull out, cross this stuff off, and then as soon as I fill out this sheet, I'll start February's tracker. And that's how I'm going to budget, because my income is obviously variable. I try to be as far ahead as I possibly can while also saving for other things like my savings and my investing and, any sinking funds so that I can actually have some sort of quality of life. So that's how I'm going to do things this year. I'm really excited. This is like nice and clean and exactly what I need. So let's start off with what I have due on the first of the month, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 things. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. First is my Roth IRA. That's the one that automatically gets deducted. And that will come out of my IRA Invest envelope. And that is $175. Next, I have Kindle Unlimited, which I'm a reader. This saves me so much money. If you like to read, it's a great investment. That comes out of subscriptions. I'll link it down below. If you haven't heard of it, I'm sure you have. It's pretty popular, but you can read an unlimited amount of books every month, and which is great. It helps me as a writer. It helps me do research. But I also just really, really enjoy reading. So this is like a really cheap way to indulge in one of my favorite hobbies. I also have an Audible subscription. I'm not huge on audiobooks, but this is another thing that in terms of my author business, I listen to audiobooks to learn about how to produce great audiobooks. And I also like to listen to nonfiction books when I'm working out or walking or running or driving. So that'll come out of subscriptions. And that is approximately $16. I'm not putting cents down. I figure rounding up is just better. And then I also have Booksprout, which is something for my books. And I'll pull that from business expenses and put it in my subscriptions envelope. And that is $20. So next I have bills, which is the first Tuesday of the month. So 2/4. And that is $1,100. And this is money that it comes out of my bills envelope. My fiance and I both contribute an equal amount into a joint account, and then all the bills automatically come out of there. There's also a portion of it that goes towards savings. And this amount is usually around $1,100. We have no vehicle payments right now, so it's pretty low. If we do buy a new vehicle, which I kind of needs to happen in the upcoming year, it will go up a little bit. But yeah, we live in a very low cost of living area. My mortgage is $350 a month. I mean, I know that my bills are fairly low, but we match this amount, and anything that's left over at the end of the month goes into a joint savings account, which would go towards like home repairs or any kind of, little emergencies that we have as a couple in our home. Next up, I have on the 5th, iTunes stuff comes out, which is storage. What else? Silly little games that I play. Oh, Apple Music, that kind of stuff. So that'll come out of subscriptions. Oh, no, that's due on 1/4. I don't know why I wrote that. So that is 1/5, and that will be $17. On the 7th, both of my credit cards are due. Now, I am only writing the minimum that is due. Obviously, I plan on paying more on those, but this is just in case, absolutely there's an emergency and this is all that I have to pay. These are the amounts that would go towards that. And those are both on the 7th. And I'm going to actually pay these sooner, but there will be $20 for Chase, which obviously I just told you my goal is to pay that whole thing off for the month, but this is just, the minimum. And $80 for the US Bank. So that is that. The next I have is on the 12th, I have Les Mills On Demand, which I absolutely love. I always enjoyed going and doing body pump at the gym. That was the only Les Mills class that I ever took because it's the only one that was offered near me. But it's an absolute blast. And obviously, when things shut down, that was one thing that I couldn't really do. I always used it to supplement my running. But this Les Mills On Demand, it's amazing. It's great. I don't need to go back to the gym. It actually saves me a lot of money. I'm going to put it under subscriptions. There are tons of workouts, and there are tons of different kinds of workouts that I didn't even know existed. I am absolutely in love. It has been a game changer in terms of my fitness. And I will actually leave a link that's a referral code in the bottom. If you want a free month, you get a free month, and then I get a free month. So that saves me money. And of course, I appreciate that. But it's $30 every 3 months, and this is the 3rd month. So $10 a month for something that I use at least 5 days a week. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. All right. Next up on the 13th, I have 2 business expenses. I have MailChimp, which is going to be about $60 a month. And that comes out of business expenses. Yeah, $60. It's based on how many subscribers you have. I usually try and cut my list down for people that don't open it or whatever, but I'm sitting at about $60, and that's on the 13th. And that comes out of my business account. So when I get my Amazon money, that's where that will go towards. And then I also have Creative Fabrica, which I use to make print on demand stuff. That's going to come out of subscriptions as well. Biz, mark those. On the 13th, and that is $20. So next I have, on the 14th, I have American Cancer Society. And that is coming out of my giving envelope. And the minimum I give every month is $21, but if I have some money left over, I take it out of that envelope and make sure that it goes towards that. It's just something that I care about. Next we're almost done, thank goodness. This is getting costly, guys. Next we have Chewy for my dogs. That comes out of my dog's envelope, and that is coming out on the 18th. And that will be $145 or thereabout. It really depends. I actually have a coupon for next month for 10% off, so it may be less expensive, but whatever. I like to have a cushion. I'd rather have more money than I need than less money than I need. And last but not least, on the 20th, I have SoFi. which is coming out of my investment envelope. And this is just a little taxable brokerage account that I have that at the time being, I'm only pumping $10 a month into. Once I get my IRA maxed out and hit some of my other goals, I'm going to pump more into that. It's just something that I play with. I like learning about investing. $10 a month is not an amount of money that I miss right now. And I definitely want to beef that up to something more. But for now, I'm just keeping with the $10 a month. That's a responsible thing to do. So that's my budget for the month. That is everything that I'm going to owe other than things like groceries, gas, and then my miscellaneous envelope, and then obviously my sinking funds in my envelopes. But those are things that can kind of work with what I have going on here. These are things that are absolutely necessary to pay and to take care of. And so that is what I'm going to do. And in my next video, I'm going to do an unstuffing of the last 3 stuffings that I did and put these all to work, and we're going to go back to the bank and we're going to see how much stuff we can knock off of here before the month even starts, I guess. So anyway, that's all I have for you. I'm sorry if this video got a little bit long or if I'm a little bit rambly, but that's how I budget. And so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull out my calculator. I'm going to take all these numbers and add them up just so I know in my head and on paper how much money I absolutely need. Plus 20 plus 80 plus. All right, so I need to make $1,724 bare minimum. Now, mind you, I already have a lot of this covered from cash stuffing from the month before. I try to stay a month ahead, but this is the magic number for now. So thank you for watching. I know that, my budget situation doesn't apply to everybody's budget situation, but I do want you to know you're not too weird. Your situation is not too unique. You're not too old. There is no reason why you can't sit down and just start really tearing things apart and looking at where your money is going. You worked really hard to earn it, so you need to put it to work for you. That's all I have for today. I look forward to talking to you guys soon. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you like this video, I would appreciate a like, a subscribe, whatever. Leave me a comment, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye.